Libs, get it through your head. Welcome back to the real world. You know, it's no longer the stupid shit of you can punch cops and get away with it. You can do the stupid performative shit and resist, and everyone's gonna stand up and clap. That does not happen.
It doesn't
happen. That's a delusion in your head, and now the real world is back.
Let me preview exactly what the liberal media is gonna say after this meeting between Putin
no deal, they'll say.
And Trump. They're gonna be like, what a gift. What a gift to Vladimir Putin, this autocratic dictator. And what they will ignore, obviously, is that in the last 4 years when Joe Biden was president, he didn't bring peace. No peace happened between Ukraine and
war broke
Russia.
out.
In fact,
we're just $400 billion lighter in the pocket as a result.
A nation isn't just built.
It's powered
by people like us.
Last year, Chevron increased U.S. production by nearly 20% to help keep energy reliable. And since 2022, we've spent $44 billion with local suppliers, supporting good jobs across all 50 states. But we're not done yet. Now we're investing $9 billion in American energy projects to help build the future, right here at home.
We put in the work.
Because America depends on it.
Learn more about the hands at work powering America.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Keep the faith, hold the line, and own the libs.
It's time for our main event.
Fun Time Friday. Welcome back to the Ruthless Variety program. I'm Josh Holmes, along with Comfortably Smug, Michael Duncan, and John Ashbrook, left to right across your radio dial. I'm sorry I didn't hear you come in. We were just discussing our jungle juice prowess. You've interrupted, you the listener have interrupted our conversation about how we used to procure jungle juice.
Well, I don't know if maybe this is you guys too. I assume it is, but my Instagram has been flooded by Rush Talk.
Yes.
You know, like all of these sororities doing their dances and stuff.
Tells
and
you a
everything.
little something about the algorithm.
It's the algorithm. It's it's juicing it.
Yeah.
It's juicing it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, just triggers some old memories
It's
of
a little
all of
fun,
our
a little blast from the past.
our college days.
Yeah.
You know, I think we were having a discussion about like making the mix for the jungle juice.
Some people call it Hunch Punch.
Hunch Punch, yeah.
What, is that what you did in college? Hunch Punch?
Hunch
is
Punch?
that Miami of Ohio?
Bro, that literally sounds like from like the 1950s.
The second?
Some punch and pie. Before the Sadie Hawkins dance.
Why I?
Hunch Punch was back there in Prohibition.
Yeah. Tell us the story, Grandpa.
You need a password to get a Hunch Punch.
You had to go across the county line as fast as possible.
But I loved making the jungle juice in college in like the big trash can, and
at the risk of sounding a little rapey.
Well, no, it's just look,
kidding.
it's a volume game. It's a volume game. And you'd sit there, and of course, all the Everclear went in, right? Mm-hmm. Everything went in there.
Yeah.
And so I kind of found myself being like Walter White.
Little chemistry.
Yeah, and you'd have the the powdered Gatorade.
Yes. Yeah.
Or Country Time Lemonade was also another one.
That's where you fundamentally change it when you put the powdered stuff.
You're throwing it in there, and then people are mixing it up.
Yeah.
And then you're
with like a plunger.
Yeah, and then you're like, you get to be Anthony Bourdain there, just taking sips and being like, perfect.
I mean, those things are unbelievable. I got to imagine as school is now reinstating itself all across, particularly the SEC, Big Ten.
Well, I mean, there were those statistics coming out earlier this week of how American drinking has gone down significantly. So like, I bet that's like a bygone era.
No.
Oh, you don't think they drink in college
Not
anymore?
where it's cool.
No. Not like they used to.
Dude, I think you hang out with the wrong people.
Dude, please look at the statistics.
No,
he's right about the stats, but you're talking about a bunch of fucking nerds who are hanging out and like
Gen Z is over drinking.
I don't buy it. I mean, dude, SEC. I just introduced you to the SEC.
I think the fellows need to do a little tour.
We should see for ourselves what's going on.
Just make sure we're passing the baton to the younger generation.
Do you think we would get in trouble if we just tried to like old school haze kids?
Bows and toes?
Yeah.
No, I think
brick.
America's. I think you're allowed to be normal now. No, I'm being serious. Like, I think the days like we see that Trump's like crime's illegal and like Dems are trying to have a backlash to this, but everyone's like, no, I think he's right. Crime is bad. Sydney Sweeney adds, hey, a hot woman is good to sell things for.
Yeah.
That's what they do well.
Yeah.
That's normal.
But like
I
Ruthless...
think like college hazing is like, I'm not saying go kill somebody, but having some good fun,
Yeah.
I think that's okay now.
Put a cigarette
I think
on
we're done with the
somebody.
like skulls.
Okay. I don't know. Don't do that.
Kidding.
Please don't do that, kid.
I joke. I'm sorry. I'm going to still leave it there.
Satire.
We're laughing. But, I think the point is that maybe an old school style Ruthless tour, a fact-finding mission at some level would be appropriate.
I can't wait to tell my wife about that one.
Oh, she's not going to be happy. She's not. Can you imagine? How do you sell that at home?
It's
Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank.
And if they are a little weakened in this area, to your point, Smug, we would probably dominate those campuses. I'm just saying. Anyway.
People want to have fun.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, and we're good time Charlies. We're good time Charlies. Everybody wants us in there. Listen, on Fridays, we like to make fun of stuff, and there is plenty to work with this particular week. I think we had a productive Tuesday and Thursday episode that we're making fun of the various fallout over D.C. federalization. Heaven forbid we crack down a little crime, because a little crime's okay, apparently. Now, I mean, I saw new CNN numbers, by the way. They totally validated everything that we were saying on Tuesday and Thursday. That like Americans are looking at Trump right now. They're like, yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah. Shout out to Harry Enton, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I love about CNN in this current iteration is that like most of their programming outside of Scott Jennings is atrocious, and I would never watch it for a second. But in the polling segments they let Harry do, it's like a moment in which they tell the truth to their audience.
It's like the editor. It's like the editor doesn't get the view of what it is that he's going to say. It's so disconnected from all of the other programming.
Bro, I bet Harry has to roll up to that with like the thumb drive of his polling. He's like, no one looks at this before I start talking.
He's like, everything you've talked about for the last 11 hours on this show, nobody
He's like,
likes.
here's polls that say that's all bullshit. All right, I gotta go.
Anyway. But they keep putting them on. Anyway, so that's what it is. But it turns out Democrats have been all over the place. And it's not just the crime thing. There's a whole bunch of things. Boot, Buttigieg.
Yes.
We just love Boot on this program. We've been talking about Boot for a long time. And Boot always gets himself into a little bit of a pickle because I don't think he actually believes in anything.
He doesn't, dude.
Right?
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's a psychopath. But he's often asked things that you should have an answer to. And, of course, he's now, shall we say, vying for the great state of Michigan. He wants to be a part of the political process there. Is he running for governor? Is he not? What is he doing?
I think he said he's not running for governor. I mean, he's just... Everyone knows he's running for president. Everybody knows
Well, he moved to Michigan because he couldn't win anything in Indiana, where he was from. Where what happened there, Smash?
I mean, he tore down 1,000 homes in black neighborhoods just so he could say that I tore down 1,000 homes in 1,000 days.
Yeah. So he moves to Michigan because they have a fighting chance to win something there. And he, all of a sudden started raising his political profile and acted like he was so excited, maybe a Senate race, maybe a governor's race. I'm not sure any of that's panning out, but he goes on these shows. People ask him real things. Check out clip 1.
Do you think it's time to recognize a Palestinian state?
I think that's a profound question that arouses a lot of the biggest problems that have happened with Israel's survival, Israel's right to survival in the diplomatic scene. And many of the people who have taken that step historically have done so for different reasons than what we see happening with European countries. I think we need to step back and we need to do whatever it takes to ensure that there is a real two-state solution and that no one, not even the likes of Netanyahu, can veto the international community's commitment to a two-state solution where you have Palestinians and Israelis living with safety, with security, with rights. I believe that can happen, but we have to actually show some commitment to it.
Dude, it's just...
Bro, it's like if you took ChatGPT and you sent it to work at McKinsey and then you gave it a goatee to try to look like he's tough, that's what you get. He did not give a single answer at all.
He did the consultant speak at the end of the Zoom call where he's like, "All right, well, we're just going to take a step back, and we're gonna look at this, and we'll connect
Circle back.
offline.
You'll circle back and offline.
So we got to offline this, and we'll road test it, and then we'll figure out where we can be.
Workshop it.
Well, we got to look through the workflows.
It's got a workflow, workshop it, and circling back.
I think we circle back on this after we raise bread prices, and then we see if we can get a two-state solution to work. Like, he thinks he can get away with this. I'm so happy he's running for president. I cannot wait.
Well, because, of course, the funniest part about it is that the base of his support for running for president in the first place was like very affluent white people who have definitive views about the state of Israel, right? Many of them are Jewish. They believe Israel is a real place, and that like the whole Palestinian Hamas thing, not ideal. Like that's the thing. That's where this guy has derived much of his financial support, if not his political support. And then all of a sudden, he's in Michigan, where, of course, as we know, there's a Michigan problem.
Yeah, but he doesn't live anywhere close to that in Michigan. He's up there in Traverse City.
No,
riding
he's a
bicycles.
statewide guy, though. If he's running, his ambitions are statewide, Michael.
I don't think they are.
He's running.
He's not going to run for Congress.
No, he's going to run for president.
He's running for president. He's
Fine.
not going to run for governor.
I don't think he's going to run statewide in Michigan.
But
Bro,
whether he is or not.
I bet he got some polling done in Dearborn, and he was like, so you're telling me I poll 0% among black people and 0% among Muslims? Like, why do they hate me? Like, why is it that I get no support among these communities? Oh, well, I guess I'll run for president. Maybe that'll work.
Dude, so the pod bros are like, do you believe in a Palestinian state? And like in his microcomputer that he's got going on in his head, he's like, don't piss off the base of my support. Second of all, Michigan problem with I can't actually think that I have to be pro-Hamas at some level. So let me just spit a word salad of 3 paragraphs. Does anybody know what it is that guy said?
No idea.
No. What's the position? Is it or not? He talked about 2 states. 2 state would imply that you do believe that the Palestinians deserve a state, right? Because that was the question.
I think the computer shut down and he was trying to reboot, and he's like, all right, how do I pull up the pitch deck I used to have?
It's so good.
I love it. All right, so the next one, Swalwell.
Another favorite.
God, he's just so much content. You could do a full show on this cat every day. Clip 2, please.
Instead, we're seeing these masked agents roaming around like bank robbers, roaming around like ANTIFA. Remember that boogeyman that is always stirred up by the other side? That's what these masked agents look like.
For those of you who are audio only, what you missed is the poor man's TED Talk in a high school auditorium.
He's talking to children.
He's wearing the white tennis shoes and the blue jeans and the T-shirt. He's just a regular person. He never dated a Chinese spy. Don't ask him about that. He's talking about the future of democracy.
He definitely didn't allegedly leak classified intel during the course of the Trump administration.
He's had multiple leaks. His most famous leak is when he pooped himself on national television.
Oh, that's
Remember
true.
this? Where he like sharted?
Yeah. And then he had to deny it.
He
forever.
denied the shart.
There is no conclusive evidence that fart was productive. Michael, you have to be accurate.
That
here
is
at the
true.
Ruthless Variety program.
Ombudsman is correcting me. Although I did see people who put the heat map over his television appearance, in which I believe there was a shart. I cannot confirm that. This is a comedy show. We're laughing. But I believe he did poop himself.
It did look like that, but you can't admit that. How else are you going to pick up Chinese espionage agents? Even they have standards.
Well, okay, so my favorite thing about that clip is like he goes in on Antifa. He's like, they looked like Antifa. Remember that thing they made up? And it's like, bro, you just referenced the thing. So then clearly the thing's real.
No,
it's like, oh shit, I made the mistake of telling the truth.
And then he tries to disabuse himself of it.
That's the thing.
They made it all up.
In real time, he was like, they're like Antifa, and then he's like, oh shoot, I remember. My side's supposed to like Antifa.
Yeah.
Say that they're a boogeyman. Like you saw the audience for folks on video. You see the audience just like moving. Antifa, but they're the good guys.
Yeah, we thought we liked
it was
Antifa.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing in real time.
There are probably people in that audience who are Antifa.
100%. It's probably a college campus. I guarantee.
Can you imagine out of your own volition?
Can you remember
being like, "Hey, Swalwell's here. I got to go see
that." We would see takes on X of people saying like, "You know what happened on D-Day? Antifa stormed that beach," and it's like, oh my God, thank God we're past that level of brain damage being like mainstreamed. Of like people first were like, no, actually the Allies were the Antifa in World War II, and today Antifa is fighting Trump. Like we're way past that. He didn't get the memo. He was like, they're masked like Antifa? Oh, shit. Wait a minute. This is a pro-Antifa crowd? Antifa was made up, guys.
I got to tell you, if someone like Swalwell showed up at my college campus, that's exactly the moment I was mixing the jungle juice.
Oh, yeah.
I was not there in attendance.
We wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know. No
you
idea.
Wouldn't know.
I can only hope that the people who sat through all of that got some sort of course credit.
Well, I think they probably got an intelligence fortune cookie, but other than that, that's probably about it.
America is back. Thanks to President Trump and leader John Thune's working family tax cuts, we stopped the biggest tax hike in history. But that's only the beginning. The big, beautiful bill also cuts taxes on tips and overtime, secures the border, finishes the wall, and protects Medicaid for Americans, not illegals. Leader Thune and Senate Republicans got President Trump's conservative agenda done, providing real relief for every hardworking American that's up early and home late. We're bringing manufacturing jobs back home and making America great again. Tell Leader John Thune and Senate Republicans thank you for delivering President Trump's agenda. Learn more at onenationamerica.org.
Chuck Schumer, one of our favorite battering ram. He's like a speed bag.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no end to the amount. You could literally walk with him all day and do a full show like Swalwell, just on the things that this guy says. So he's got a hot take on D.C., on this whole crime situation. Clip 3, please.
I walk around all the time. I wake up early in the morning sometimes and take a nice walk as the sun is rising around some of the Capitol and the other monuments and things. And I feel perfectly safe. They're full of it.
Dude, it's so good for so many reasons. One, he's never looking at the camera, like he's staring at a computer. Like
hello? Is this thing on?
Hello? How do you speak into this thing? Am I doing an interview?
Bro, he's like 3,000 years old, hunched over, looking at the keyboard, trying to like stay awake, talking about how, I'm super active. I walk around D.C. and it's safe. Number one, he doesn't walk anywhere. Number two, if he does, it's with like an armed entourage.
Yeah, rolls around
battalion.
With like 3 Suburbans.
Yeah.
And like a whole, and that's been the last 15 years of his life. I can't think of a person less capable of weighing in on what the average person has in D.C. when it comes to crime.
This is what's so funny, because both Johnny and I worked in the office that he inhabits, right, as a minority. He's been under Capitol security for 15 years.
Right.
He doesn't have the faintest clue about it. That's why he has imaginary friends to try to tell him about the like real life or whatever.
Joe and Eileen Bailey.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I'm telling you, from working in that environment for 10 years, you have like 6 people, armed guards, that move with you at 2 Suburbans, that move with you everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you're back home in New York or you're in D.C. The likelihood of you encountering anything at all that people aren't just like jumping ugly on is zero.
Zero.
Like, you don't encounter any, like if someone so much as like screams a word at you with that security battalion that he's got, like they're gone.
Well, and it's not just that he rolls deep with a bunch of security. Like, they are pre-clearing the next place he's going to be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if he decided he wanted to have a hamburger and then go to a restaurant, those officers are there an hour beforehand sweeping the place.
He acts like he's sitting on Abe Lincoln's lap. Like a memorial.
And, that's the thing that bothers me is he's such a piece of garbage for it, because that's so condescending.
Yeah.
Like, look at the actual facts. Go into a CVS in D.C. You know why the toothpaste is locked up? You know why the deodorant is locked up? Not because it's a safe town. Use your head. What is his problem with trying to make this city safe for people?
And that's happened on his watch.
100%.
He watched it all happen. I mean,
well, the problem is that libs are not upset by deodorant and toothpaste being locked up. I mean, to be honest with you, they don't buy it anyway. they never have. So they don't even notice.
Just a
Hell yeah.
absolute
And
flame.
they
just
stink.
filthy. Just a flamethrower over there.
Stinking ass Schumer, bro. Get his ass, Ashford.
And they call it the poop hole loophole.
And they do it in secret.
That's what they do.
They get away with
They
it.
do. They always get away with
All
it.
right, so the third clip, there's a South Carolina Democrat. This is courtesy of the Charleston Police Department. Can we see this video?
Charleston
Who is your biological father? Would you please share that with the world? With the world. Hey, Nancy, right now, because I only promised that I would not do this once I started this campaign. Because I can't do this once I start a campaign. You better tell the world right now that what you did in the wall of the Congress was the greatest sin ever committed in the history of this nation.
We started this segment about jungle juice, and there was like a firm lamentation that people are not drinking jungle juice anymore. And I think the reason why is because he's drinking all of it.
Well, this is the Low Country attorney, Mullins McLeod.
That is such a South Carolina name.
That
That's
is
the most
perfect.
South Carolina name of all time.
Mullins McLeod is a prominent attorney down there in the Low Country. He's announced his candidacy for the Democratic primary for governor on Monday. It doesn't feel like it's going that well.
Dude, here's what I would do. I would run that as an ad if I were him. This is South Carolina.
He's like, man, I get it.
South Carolina, like, people think Florida's crazy. Dude, South Carolina is so bonkers. It's
hot.
It's so crazy. It's out of control.
I love Charleston.
If I'm him, I run that. I run that.
I mean, he uses a racial slur, profanity, goes in an hour-long rant. We just showed you a little clip of it. Charleston police responded to a battery.
To the battery.
Yeah, to the battery on May 2 for a report of a man in his underwear yelling and causing a disturbance. Officers found this man, Mullins McLeod.
McLeod. I'm really disappointed in McLeod. Just speaking as someone from the Scottish American community at Duncan. Generally, we can handle our alcohol.
He's let you down.
Yeah. It's very disappointing.
It's disappointing.
I mean, that's not Scotch drunk. That guy is on.
We don't know.
Yeah, that's not Scotch.
We don't know. Maybe this is pure, unvarnished liberal Democrat in the South. That's possible, too. We don't know.
No, he's bringing back the Blue Dog Dems.
Well, there's
Honestly,
a racial slur
not a bad
involved,
way.
so you might be right about that.
Dude, I support that campaign launch. Brilliant.
Okay, well done, Mullins McLeod.
Mullins McLeod.
Anyway, we're not done. We got another one here. If you guys saw,
so good.
So like, there's a bunch of stuff in D.C. that's happening with new like federal agents coming in and cracking down on crime.
Laws are back.
Right, but it's not just what you expect. Like, you know, the bike riding preteens who are out there like just robbing and carjacking and doing whatever. Like, that was kind of the focus. They're taking all crime off the streets. Well, it turns out that there's an element within the Washington D.C. A liberal progressive element of like country club folks.
Oh no,
that are around there.
Oh no,
and some of them got caught up in a touch of trouble, shall we say? Let's check out clip 4.
So for our audio-only listeners, that guy just threw a sandwich at a cop and instantly ran.
So the dude's in a pink polo and a pair of khaki shorts, belt, and it like a fairly well-appointed.
That's a Subway sandwich.
And I mean, look.
He's running, but it's clearly not like a 4.40 guy. I mean, his feet look like they're in quicksand.
He's got to be 40 years old.
Can I give a breakdown? Can we play that clip again?
Yeah, let's put this up. Let's get it one more time.
So
Here
this is late at night. It's like a Thursday. It's a Thursday night. He's at Subway, so he already got shot down. He didn't close anything tonight. So he's already in a bad place. He's drunk. He's alone. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to try to become a hero for Blue Sky.
Yeah.
He was
And
playing.
bro, it
He
didn't
was
work.
playing a weighted out game at U Street where he's trying to get some poor gal who had too much to drink.
You think maybe he was hanging out in the basement at St. X?
Yeah, totally.
Is that still around St. X?
I don't know if it is or not. It was when I was in my 20s, but I like this is exactly the kind of guy.
If you couldn't close in the basement at St. X like 15 years ago, you were a loser.
A loser. And it strikes me that this guy.
I mean, he's got
fit.
a 2 a.m. Subway sandwich. The guy's not a closer to begin with.
His name is Sean Charles Dunn.
And the story gets better, right?
Yeah. So it turns out that the man he's now facing a federal assault charge because he threw the sandwich at the cop.
That's right.
Which is just like the dumbest thing on the
That's
face
what
of
you
the
do.
planet. It was a Subway sandwich.
Was it? Do we think it was like an Italian BMT?
Cold cut combo?
Cold cut combo?
Is this your way
Probably
of
a
taking
cold
a
cut.
shot at the Italians?
Well, I'm just curious.
That guy's clearly not Italian.
I'm just wondering what the order might have been. You know, I thought I saw some lettuce flying off of that.
Yeah.
Well,
it could have been anything, but probably not like a meatball hoagie.
I think that's probably right. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just his tastes weren't all that discerning because he threw it directly at a federal officer. And it turns out the attorney general has now weighed in. He's facing federal charges, so it's not going well for Sean Charles Dunn. But it's gotten even worse in that he is employed at the Department of Justice.
Oh, boy.
A career attorney at the Department of Justice. This cat throwing the sandwich, so it's now been verified, Pam Bondi is weighed in. He's no longer working at the Department of Justice, as it turns out.
And he's facing felony assault charge. I mean, like, this is what I voted for right here.
We talked about this a little bit in the production meeting, and I think it was Holmes that made the point that, like, he's turning in that cold cut combo for a tube steak when he goes to the brig.
I mean, the holding cell in D.C. on a Saturday night is not great.
I mean,
Can you imagine?
It's a Subway sandwich, so, like, it's not $5 anymore, but he's still getting a foot long. That's a Friday episode, folks.
Forced fed the kielbasa.
Oh, my gosh.
That's what's happening.
Extra jardiniere. So, look, it is funny, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't point out that this is a serious problem when it comes to the government in D.C., and that is our government is made of people that like crime.
Like that. He's upset.
All these showboat libs.
Yeah.
The ones who think that, like, if I do this, I'll be on Blue Sky and on Reddit, and everyone's gonna think I'm a hero.
Yeah,
But everybody,
And
like,
everyone's gonna stand up and clap. Like, libs, get it through your head. Welcome back to the real world. You know, it's no longer the stupid shit of you can punch cops and get away with it. You can do the stupid performative shit and resist, and everyone's going to stand up and clap. That does not happen.
It doesn't
That's
happen.
a delusion in your head, and now the real world is back.
But think about like the mental illness involved in doing what it is that he did. It's like he may disagree with federalizing D.C. or he may like crime or whatever. I would suggest that a guy in a pink shirt is roaming around U Street at whatever hour in the morning. He should like cops more than he does. But anyway, like he's made the decision that because of the decision of President Trump to do all of this, he's going to throw a sandwich at some poor officer who's doing his job, right? I mean, it's not like this guy. It's like, how do you blame the cop?
Yeah,
I just wish
You know what I mean?
right.
I just wish the cops could have beat his ass, dude.
Yeah,
Because,
well,
like,
they chased him down. We didn't see the end of the video.
they just like handcuffed him, and they were very professional, right? And
They
they did the
did?
right thing.
No
But,
billy
like,
club
You
whatsoever?
know what, man? Like, that's the thing is, like, all of them should be issued billy clubs. Like,
No, he should have gotten. He should have gotten the. You remember the old school '90s billy club where they
Yes,
would go
dude.
like right, left.
and that's why crime went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we need tasers and billy clubs, and we need examples. It's time to start making examples.
They
But
should have
you know,
laid out.
But that's the
examine.
problem is I get it. I know that, like, President Trump and his administration are doing everything correctly. And
By
they
the book.
by the book. And that's why they're winning. But I just love seeing criminals get the shit kicked out of them.
right? This guy. I mean,
I used to watch Cops, and I loved it, bro.
yeah. If the guy has his shirt off, you know he's
You
going.
know.
He's going to the brig.
yeah.
It's
No,
like
that's
they're pulling this guy over in Florida. He's got no shirt. Here we go. WrestleMania.
Full bad boys, bad boys.
It's about to go
yeah,
down.
it's going down. Anyway, so it leaves us our question of the day, which, now you having seen all of this, his last meal was a sub at Subway, and he threw it. He took a departure from his regularly scheduled stop after that, which is presumably back home to his shitty apartment and a miserable lifestyle. He's now in the pen.
Yeah, getting the tube steak.
What's his next meal? What's the next meal?
We really are doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Does he get the tube steak?
Dude, our audience.
Does he get the kielbasa?
Our audience is about to drop some bangers.
Dude, I want
These
bangers.
comments.
It's Friday. We got to have fun on Friday. So why'd you listen to this
Tuesday
on Friday?
episode when we read these, man.
Yeah. Like Tuesday, we're going to cover some news. We'll give you something to think about on Thursday.
Wait, so that's my favorite part of the Friday show is we come into Tuesday and there's a lot of like serious news to cover, and we get to the comments and it's like
we're still on Hinge from Friday.
He's gonna be choking down the kielbasa in the brig.
You're right. It is a little bit of a departure, but it is something that you all have been fantastic at. So let us know on all of that. Okay, so when you like and subscribe to the Ruthless Variety program, we read all of your comments. I think you all know, those of you who have left comments, that is now true because we respond to an awful lot of them. Anyway, your question of the week, of the day from Thursday was, what are these paid protesters? Remember, the Soros was throwing 20M at these things.
Yeah.
And then there was the guy who runs the thing that was called, like...
Build a crowd.
Build a crowd or something, or rentacrowd.com.
Yeah. Which I loved your line. It was like, I will make your unpopular thing popular, basically. Yeah. Seemed like it's popular.
He's
anyway.
like, I believe in nothing but SEO.
yeah, totally. And he's like, 400% increase. It's fantastic. We love this. So anyway, we asked what these people who make a living doing this do during the day when they're not protesting something they don't care about. And your comments were great. And to do that, we always start with a voice.
First one comes from Turan Galila, and they write, the paid protesters also spend a lot of time administering trans studies in Tanzania and promoting LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of, and it's parenthetical. Love the program. Thanks for the free sticker, by the way. I'll probably put it on my violin case.
Oh, an artist.
We have a cultured audience.
A cultured audience.
And also Taranga Leela, clearly a fan of Futurama, which is a great show.
Oh, is that? I was going to bring up, when you speak of the violin case, what's the name of the California senator? She passed away. She was super old.
Feinstein?
Yeah. Did you guys see that her estate is being auctioned?
No, I didn't see this.
So her family,
healthy estate.
Her family is took what they wanted, and they're auctioning off a bunch of stuff. She has 7 Stradivarius.
Wow.
But,
Are you kidding me?
Dude, that's how loaded these people get. It was insane.
What do we talk? What's a Stradivarius?
It's the finest violins ever made in the
150,
1700s and.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
$250,000 a pop.
Shut up.
No.
Yeah, dude, she's got 7 of them.
Are you kidding me?
I'm being dead serious. She has
Did she even play?
She probably just throws them in the fucking parlor.
Someone just gave them to her.
Bro, she has a parlor to begin with.
She's like,
You just made up she had a parlor.
I know, that's the best part. She has 19 karat diamonds and shit. It was insane.
Yeah.
It's that's my public servant
Sick.
in California.
She was
That's a
also,
great line of work.
By the way, one of the last Democrats who had any sanity. She was crazy, left-wing lunatic.
Well, she owned those environmentalist kids. So God bless her. I think that got her into heaven.
That's what I'm talking
That moment
about.
probably got her into heaven.
Yeah, where she owned
Where she told those little
lefties.
kids, she was like, "Listen, you little stupid kids.
We covered it in
Fuck
the program.
off.
a few
Climate
years
change
ago.
is fake."
She basically did say that.
God's like,
Incredible.
"All right, fine, you're up here."
Here's another Stradivarius. Anyway, comment 2. Dunks.
This is from Jeff Eller. Jeff writes, we have seen a lot of these protesters being older people. They are most likely retired and showing millennials and Gen Z a new side hustle.
Oh, thank a boomer.
Thank a boomer.
Great comment.
I love that. That's a new side hustle.
And can I say, I love
It's not just OnlyFans, folks. You can whore yourself out right on the street.
Yeah.
I love seeing the photos people started posting wearing their Thank a Boomer shirt.
Oh, yeah.
From
Huge.
It's ruthlesspodcast.com/store. Thank a Boomer, the greatest generation.
Which, by the way, slick new website, I might add.
Yeah.
We did just launch that new website.
Old Harunks has been working. He not only sews the gear,
Yeah.
he works the tubes.
I do the tubes. I connect the tubes to the internet. It's important. You got to connect the tubes.
Very well done. All right, Smuggles, what do we got for comment 3?
Comment 3 from Laura. My theory on what the protesters do as a day job is discussing, quote, influencer content like that Disney adult trash, plus such park offers by day, woke rent a mob by night. Dude, I'm convinced Duncan put those clowns on the map. I think they're probably getting like three views a video until Duncan brought them up, and now they probably get like 1 million views from minions being like, "You suck ass."
Dude, if you missed
the
episode where we talked about plus-size park hoppers, Duncan brought to our attention here on the Variety program there's an Instagram account called Plus Size.
Well, so it was entirely parallel thinking because Lee put it in the show sheet, and he was like, "So, I guess we got to cover this." These women are the worst. They go to Disney. And I was like, oh, yeah, plus-size park hoppers. And he's like, what? You know this? And I was like, no. Pal, let me give you an education. Because I'm a regular consumer of this content. It's disgusting.
The old man knows the internet.
Well, he does. If there's one thing he understands, it's the underside of the American intelligence, which is, it's an ugly place sometimes. Parkside, but it's a popular thing, right?
What was that Nicolas Cage movie where he has to like watch video of like I guess snuff films and shit, and he's like all disturbed? That's Duncan. That's Duncan having to watch plus size park hoppers. He's like, oh my god, no! Why did they make me do this for Ruthless?
I did not think that snuff films would make its way into this episode.
I'm like Nick Cage with the. With the bees on me. The bees! And Wicker Man. That's me and the internet.
All right, I want to do a couple quick minutes on the thing you're going to be reading and hearing about all weekend long, which is this Trump-Putin summit that they're doing in Alaska. So this is important for a variety of reasons. Let me just set the table for a minute. President Trump, this is according to Axios, President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin will meet in Alaska on Friday to discuss the possibility of peace in Ukraine. The big picture, Trump and Putin have met before, but arguably never with so much on the line geopolitically. Much, if not all, of the focus will be on the war between Russia and Ukraine. Now, I'm going to stop on that. Look, this has been an interesting relationship for a lot of years, the first 4 years of which there was a treacherous, I would say treasonous effort on behalf of the opposition party here in the United States, the Democrats, to try to convince the American electorate that President Trump was only president because of Vladimir Putin and because of Russia. The whole Russiagate, we've covered all of that, right? And so everything that was done in that period of time was seen through that lens. Now, he leaves office, he comes back. He talks a lot about, on the campaign, how this is a war that never would have happened with Russia and Ukraine. He's right about that.
100% true.
He's right about that. And we've covered this a lot about Afghanistan, the void of American leadership, all this that gave, at least some courage to people like Putin they can do what they want, and America's not going to do anything about it. He was kind of right in that regard. They started this war. It's still going. It's terrible. But it is what it is. And so Trump during the campaign is like, look, if there's anybody who's going to solve this, it's somebody with a relationship on all sides. And I'm going to go in and see what I can do. And he starts these conversations, I think, in a pretty productive way. We obviously saw the Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office with J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio, and that went sideways in a hurry, in large part because Zelensky was hoping that the Trump administration was going to have a definitive, like, black and white, we're on one side, you're on the other. But that's not how you broker a deal, right? And to understand Trump's foreign policy, you may agree with it or disagree with it, but if you understand it, he's a deal maker.
Yes.
Like, he wants things to get done. He doesn't care what the establishment has thought for the last 50 years of how you get things done or how America needs to set a hard line and drive towards that line and everything else will follow. Like, he just views the world differently. And his whole thing is, if I have some credibility with Putin, I'm going to use it to try to bring him to the table to see if we can figure out how to end this thing, which is an admirable goal in some ways. And you've seen NATO come out and be like, thank you for doing this. We appreciate the fact that you are engaged in this conversation. Incredible change from the first 4 years of the Trump administration. And now you've got this high-level summit that comes on the backdrop of Putin basically pushing away from the table to say, like, no deals and huge offensives in Ukraine where they are continuing to wreak all kinds of havoc. And the Trump administration has responded by tagging in people like India, for example, where a trade deal between, we saw Modi come over to the Oval Office back in January or February. Great meeting. He was talking about making India great again, trade deals on the table or whatever. But what wasn't discussed in that meeting was whether or not they would continue to buy Russian oil. Wasn't particularly interesting at that point in time. Once Putin gives the finger to President Trump and what he's trying to accomplish with peace here, now that's a part of India's problem.
And so I gotta say, that's such a genius move. So I know when you first start hearing in the news about like, okay, we're gonna have some like Russia-Ukraine thing, I know a lot of folks like me, and you start being like, you're tuning out like this shit again, because you're used to the Biden years of where like you're being told that like every American, you should throw everything you have into saving Ukraine, and this is the most important issue, and the only way to do it is to write Zelensky a blank check. And you saw that attitude that Zelensky was taught of like the tail wagging the dog when he walked into that meeting that JD was at, that Marco was at, that Trump was at, and he learned real quick, there's a new sheriff in town. The sheriff is back, where you have someone who has actual credibility. The world saw Biden has zero credibility. When we saw the way that he had that disastrous pullout in Afghanistan, the whole world was like, so we don't need to take this Biden guy serious. He's out to pasture. He's lost his mind. Trump is a whole nother thing. He turned Soleimani into salsa.
Right.
When he told Iran, you stop messing around or I'm going to take your nuclear program, he took that nuclear program. People believe him, and they know that he will follow through on what he says. So when Russia and India still keep their oil deal in place, he's like, well, India, looks like you're getting taxed.
Yeah, it looks like you don't have a trade deal now.
So boom, make your choice. Like, you will either learn to play with the way Trump says you will, or he follows through, and he follows through.
Right. Smug, you hit on something I was going to say is like, what is the source of that credibility? And it comes from two places. It comes from strength, which is what you talked about, turning Soleimani into salsa. It also comes from competence. Russia saw what happened in Fordo. Russia saw the op that President Trump and his team and all of our brave pilots executed flawlessly and then pulled out of, and they're like,
and watch the rest of the world react to it.
And watch the rest of the world react to it. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. It's not just that we don't know what he's going to say or what he's going to do. It's not just that we know he's a strong leader, but it's also that he is competent and capable of following through on his threats.
It's like that meme of like, do not fuck with America, because George Washington on Christmas Eve will cross a river and roll up on your army and kill everybody in their sleep. But Trump did, where like, America has like people who have been studying Fordo for their entire life. For 20 years, they've mapped every inch of this facility, and we have pilots who will fly 34 hours and bomb that shit and fly back.
Right. We spent 15 years developing a missile
to hit
that can actually go through the number of floors required to destroy the facility.
Right. That's credibility.
Let me preview,
this
though.
is a man who wants peace. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me preview exactly what the liberal media is going to say after this meeting between Putin
No deal, they'll say.
and Trump. They're going to be like, what a gift. What a gift to Vladimir Putin, this autocratic dictator in Russia.
Platforming him.
Platform, the legitimization of the Russian invasion into Ukraine, brought to you by the American president, right? And what they will ignore, obviously, is that in the last 4 years when Joe Biden was president, he didn't bring peace. No peace happened between Ukraine and
war broke
Russia.
out.
In fact,
we're just $400 billion lighter in the pocket as a result.
In fact, let's like rewind the tape and recognize that Putin invaded Crimea when who was president? Barack Obama?
That's right.
Right? And he invaded the rest of Ukraine when Joe Biden was president?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so weird. It's almost like this isn't Donald Trump's fault. Maybe it's the Democrats' fault.
They're weak.
And so Donald Trump is looking to solve a problem that the Democrats continually make, and that is projecting the weakness on the world stage that empowers people like Vladimir Putin to think they can invade their neighbors.
And one of the things that actually, so I was doing special report on Tuesday with Brett, and he was talking about, he's with the delegation, like he's riding in Air Force One with the president for all of this, as you would, like most serious newsman in the business. You don't want to make sure he sees this with his own eyes. But he was asking about it and what our takes were. And I did a Democrat, very nice lady, sitting next to me. But what she was saying is like, well, this is obviously not very well planned because there's no pre-negotiated solution. There's no memo agreement. There's no all these things that you hope to get out of the meeting. Because Trump said to the open press in a press conference, I don't know. Like, I'm going to tell him exactly what it is that we want to deal with, and we'll see how he reacts to it. And I can tell you pretty quickly whether or not we're going to get to something or not. And I may walk out of there and be like, well, good luck to you. It's not going to work out. Or I may come out with some kind of a deal that we should talk about more with your European allies and everybody else. It was remarkably sensible. But her whole point of view was like, well, we don't, we
need a memorandum of understanding. And if we don't have that, we can't have the meeting. And it's like this entire philosophy of what they've done in foreign policy has fucking failed time and time again.
Dude. That was my takeaway.
Yeah, it is.
I only had like 6 minutes, so I couldn't get into that. But I thought about it a lot afterwards. And I was like, man, think about how they operate.
Yeah.
Like, this is how the left operates, and how, it's not even just the left, the right, Republican presidents have done it too. But their entire thing is sitting in a high-stakes meeting like this, where you don't know which way this is going to go. And it's a failure if you didn't pre-negotiate something, and they're basically just, like, filming a commercial.
Yep.
Right.
Dude,
what's the point of electing a president?
I hate them so much.
It's all they do. And I think you raise a very, very important point, because President Trump has not only demonstrated military strength and military competence, but he has demonstrated the same thing on the diplomatic side.
Yes.
Look at what happened in Europe. He walked in and they're like, you know what? We're going to do 5% to
2%?
NATO.
You want 3%? How about 5%?
Right. He's got a diplomatic heft that the left will never give him credit for. This guy wants peace, and he has demonstrated the ability to exercise both military might and diplomatic might.
And that hits it right on the head. Is I am so sick of there is like a diplomatic Ivy League class in this country of you're like Kerry's. Like, John Kerry is the Secretary of State.
Yeah, he's the
And
worst.
he's like, well, here's what I was taught, in my years on Nantucket.
Samantha Power is doing roundtables in North Africa with women who've had their genitals mutilated.
Yeah.
And being like, we're going to solve this for you. And we're going to do nothing.
And where did that shit get us is nowhere.
So they can sit on some international
right.
board and be paid millions upon millions.
Yeah.
These people do not know solutions. What we have seen since President Trump has taken office is, if you didn't get it before, now you see the definition of America first. President Trump now says to Europe, listen, number one, you're all going to hit your levels with NATO. NATO is thrilled. They're like, wow. So everyone is anteing up the amount that you promised. Thank you, President Trump. He says, secondly, the days of just like handouts and blank checks are over. We will sell American arms made in America by American workers to Europe, and then you can hand them over to Ukraine. And Europe's like, great, we'll do that. We will send billions of dollars to America.
Yeah.
We will buy your weapons. We'll give them to Ukraine, and they can shoot them at Russians. Great deal. So he's turned a conflict, which was a loss, where the U.S. had given Zelensky a blank check of being like, oh, this is Joe Biden. He's asleep at the wheel. But like lizard person Jake Sullivan thinks that like, well, if we give you a blank check and hand over taxpayer dollars, that's all we need to do. No, accountability is back, whether it's with NATO, whether it's Europe, and Putin is going to learn it too. He has seen it already with American arms that were sold to Europe. He's already seeing Trump is serious.
I agree. I'm a late convert to a lot of this, to be honest with you, because look, I mean, for those of us who were in government for a long time and had, national security briefings and all kinds of different things, like there was no secret of who Vladimir Putin is, right? I mean, he's a KGB guy. You know what he's up to. You know what his ambitions are, at least with Ukraine, if not like far beyond that. I mean, it's not a secret. No. And it always felt to me in the first 4 years is that there was a certain amount of naivete that went into dealing with him like President Trump was dealing with him, like he was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Reminded me a little bit of like the George W. Bush early, like I looked into his soul thing, and I was like, well, that didn't pan out. But you've got 20 years removed from that. Everybody should know that that didn't pan out. Or Hillary Clinton's hard reset.
Yeah, the
thing.
reset button.
You know what I mean? Like all of that. We already know. We know there's a lot of water that's gone under the bridge. Like we know who this guy is.
We saw it in Ukraine, and when people were calling this some sort of regional dispute, I remind everyone that like Putin tried to sack the government in Kyiv. Like, it wasn't like he was like, the Donbas. We have to clear the Donbas because this is territory that is ours.
But also during the Olympics, formed an alliance with Xi in China in a very high-profile summit.
He's a bad guy.
It's not a regional dispute.
Right.
Like, we're talking about some big players here that have a huge impact on the American economy and global security. And so this has always been a very big deal. Where I've come around on with Trump is, all right, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but make sure that you earn that, because the second that you don't, I'm going to go the other way, and now India's paying the price, right? So it's not just an American dispute against Russia. It's now an Indian dispute. It's now a Middle Eastern dispute. It's now a European dispute because he forced them to not buy oil from Russia. Like, you're talking about a global economic problem. Yep. And if you want to know why it is that Vladimir Putin is in Alaska, it's not because he wants to have a cup of coffee with Donald J. Trump. It's because his economy is going to rely on
He's been getting phone calls of being bro, knock that shit off.
Yeah. It's like, dude, hey, bud, they just took all of our yachts.
Yeah.
And then it was, we can't sell anything abroad.
Yeah. He put a 50% tax on all the stuff that we're trying to sell. Knock that shit off, dude.
But if you listen to the intelligence community over the last 4 years before Trump, they're like, no, Putin's a machine. Putin's a machine. Donald Trump steps in the ring. He's like, he's not a machine. He is a man. And I can take him.
Oh, that's a full Rocky. You're doing a full
like
Rocky
on
Montage. Cue the montage.
Yeah. Chasing the chicken.
Drago! And he's at the top of the mountain. I love that part.
Lift the log. Lift the log.
Lift it.
No easy way out.
You know, the one story.
Eye of the tiger, the cream of the crop.
No shortcut home.
The one story I want an update on is what happened to those North Korean soldiers who got the internet for the first time. When
Dude,
they were
they're still jerking off in
Donbass.
Donbass.
What has happened to those guys?
Those guys, they've had priapism since mid-December. They didn't have the 1-800 if it's after 4 hours, you got to call a doctor. They didn't know. It's such a good point.
Not in fighting shape.
But what happened to them? Can we get an update?
But also, like, I don't know if you know, this is very like low-key news that happened day before yesterday or whatever, where like there was a Russian meeting between North Korea and high levels of the Russian government, and they promised that they're going to work together more closely. And it's like that tells you more about the footing that Vladimir Putin finds himself with going into this meeting than anything else you need. Like, we don't know
not great,
about
dude.
North Korea. Okay, great. Like, do whatever it is that you're going to do. Like, the China thing is one thing, and by the way, she is like, enjoy. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, you notice he's not at that meeting.
He's in a tough spot.
He's doing his own thing. He's probably going to do...
his sailors are sailing into each other.
If I'm betting...
Tough situation.
If I'm betting... I bet that Trump and Xi have some kind of a summit in October or November. Because it's his own thing. Because it's Xi's own thing.
Dude, that would be tough. Tough look.
You know what I mean? Like, they're now... Look, I don't know what's going to come out
She's
of
going to be
this.
like, listen, man.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
I didn't tell him to do this shit, bro. It wasn't me. His ass is crazy.
Yeah,
but like with under
Taiwan? Oh no, that's fine.
No,
we're good with
no,
it.
I'm not going to do any
4
of that
years. 4 years with Joe Biden and Democrats asking Mother May I to Xi and to Putin and to everybody else, and Donald Trump steps into the stage and he is like, "No, I am in charge."
Yeah,
this is exactly what the world needs. This is what America needs. This is what we deserve.
So one clip to end this thing. Clip 5, please.
Russia face any consequences if Vladimir Putin does not agree to stop the war after your meeting on Friday?
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
There will be
be?
consequences.
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences, yes.
There you go. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Right? I don't think there should be any further questions, and you should feel very confident in your American president as they're representing your interests.
Yeah, it's wild. The way that the libs tried to attack him the most is on foreign policy, and honestly, that's where his record's the strongest.
Strongest.
Unbelievable.
No question about it. Okay, boys, you ready for some variety?
Yes.
Always.
So I think you may have flagged this one, Smug. Mutant rabbits.
Mutant rabbits. This is the most, in all seriousness, this is the most important story in America right now. I'm being serious. Everyone thinks because it sounds crazy, but it's real.
Well, it's a real problem. New York Post reported about it, paper of record. Residents in Fort Collins, Colorado, spoke about the shocking sight in which black tentacles, that's tentacles, guys, appear to be growing out of the head of cottontail rabbits. Despite the quill-like appearance, a porcupine attack is not to blame. Is actually a rare virus.
Can we get a photo of them for folks on YouTube? You see this? This is all real. Like this looks terrifying.
What
like,
the hell is that?
This looks like a horror movie. This is really happening. So this
is not AI.
This is not AI. This is 100% real. This is from the New York Post. Every major paper is reporting on this. There are these rabbits which have gotten some sort of a mutant virus and it's multiplying rapidly.
Rabbits do multiply rapidly.
They do, and the virus even more
rabbit
so.
Fucking.
So imagine that. So here's the thing.
Say.
So they're calling it some like
technical term.
They're calling it some like papil something virus. It sounds like HPV, and I was like,
papillomavirus.
Dude, no wonder. Like rabbits are the perfect host for like an HPV kind of a.
Wait, that's what this is,
dude. That's what they call it. Some like papilloma virus, right? So I was like, oh my god, is this like mutant rabbit HPV? It looks like a zombie movie. And here's the thing is, can we get that image again?
It's disgusting.
Look, they're growing like horns and tusks out of their heads, out of control.
It's like something from Last of Us.
Yes.
You know?
And it's uncontrollable.
Well, a couple of these pictures, it's taken over their whole head.
That's the thing, is it takes over. And if you see these, if you're in college, authorities are saying, do not approach them.
Wait.
And here's the thing is...
Wait, is it human transmissible?
So the authorities are like, oh, it's not. But they said the same thing about COVID.
Yeah.
I don't trust the authorities. I don't trust the experts.
You think Fauci did this?
I would not be surprised.
They created a bunch of
I would not be surprised. Did he create some like puppy that he tortured that had horns and then it bit a rabbit?
HPV.
That sounds like a Fauci thing. But like,
rabbit.
This is a horrific mutant type of rabbit. If you see it, shoot it, and don't approach the corpse. Just leave it to die. Maybe burn it. Maybe throw like a Molotov at the corpse because you don't want other rabbits to eat it.
I mean, if you got a handy, like an extra.
I mean, this is what's
Molotov.
going to happen is everyone's like, oh, wow, just a weird looking rabbit. And then we're all stuck in our houses. Like, before they tell us any of that, kill them all.
Next thing you know, we have a $4 trillion bailout bill.
Like,
and the rest of us are sitting in masks.
It's always so easy. It's like when the problem shows up, everyone get guns and start shooting.
It's all fun and games till somebody bangs the HPV rabbit.
Yeah.
Someone brought AIDS from monkeys.
Oh, Jesus. That's just unbelievable.
If you see a dude with horns,
Gets lonely.
We all know what happened.
Gets real lonely in Fort Collins.
Clearly.
Sorry, Colorado. We got a game that we want to play.
We do have a game, and it's really an important game, I think, for this time of the year.
Well, it's an NFL-based one, and I want to let you introduce it. But because it's NFL-based, I just saw something that I feel like we need to put on.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get to talk a lot about the Atlanta Falcons. I think it's a subpar team.
Oh, look at that blast.
He's like, speaking of NFL.
I don't care for it a lot.
You're going to hear from Governor Kemp.
But they have, well, I know. They deserve it. Back to 1998.
And Delta sucks, Governor.
Jeez. So, jeez. You're definitely getting a review from that. Anyway, it turns out that the local television station has, maybe they're not like totally well aware, maybe they're too aware of who the new starting quarterback is. Can we put this up? There he is. It's Michael Penis Jr. Local WTOC 11 there in Hot Atlanta. They've got the starting quarterback. A unique interview, a real one-to-one with Mr. Penis.
Well, his name is Michael Penix Jr. He played college ball at both Indiana and Washington.
He did.
And they made a horrible mistake.
Autocorrect is
can I
tough deal on the chyrons.
Can I point out what I think is subtly the most offensive part of this chyron? Because it says Michael Penis.
Penis, it says.
Penis.
Yes.
Junior.
Yeah.
Junior. Penis Junior.
It's tough, bro.
It's like it's one thing to put penis on the screen next to a guy's face.
But then
it's a whole nother thing to call him Penis Junior. Because then you're implying this man has a small unit. And that's more offensive than putting penis on there.
It is a very perceptive point. That's why you listen to the Ruthless Variety.
It's like
this kind of in-depth analysis.
It's like the Whopper Jr.
Yeah, it's
not
the Whopper.
large. It's not large.
No, it's not a Whopper.
That's mean.
It's a Junior. Good call. All right, so what's this game that we're playing?
Well, okay, so I've noticed a lot of content around fantasy football, and we love ball here on the Ruthless Variety program.
We do.
And so we thought it was important that we share our draft or drops for fantasy, but not fantasy football itself, but
we
politics.
also know that the people listen to us for our astute political stylings, and so we thought we'd mix and match.
So we're doing a Democrat fantasy draft.
Oh, I love
this. Is such a good idea, dude.
Because the big question is like whether you draft somebody, whether you drop somebody. Like, everybody's focused on this that plays fantasy these days, and so here we are.
We're looking at the state of play of Democrat politics, and we're going to tell you who to draft and who to drop. We have to start with the voice.
Okay, Lee, I'm going to start with the first guy I'm drafting, J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. This guy is more than just another heavy on the line. You got to look at the background. He showed up to camp with a chip on his shoulder and needs to prove that his family has not actually rejected him. I like J.B. Pritzker. I'm drafting Pritzker. I am dropping AOC, Lee. If you could throw AOC up on the thing. Darling talent, but ignored her trainer advice last winter. Added a few LBs, and it's unclear if the speed will be back this season. So definitely draft Pritzker, drop AOC.
It's just so mean.
Okay.
It's a tough league.
Okay.
Well, I've got mine.
Okay.
I am telling everyone out there to draft Pete Buttigieg.
Boot.
He is a
great photo.
Yeah.
Rat boy.
He's a competent scatback who knows the D and can find the hole.
Oh my God, dude.
God.
What?
Yeah.
That's the direction we're headed?
It's football talk.
Dude, this is incredible. We're going to drop that. Ashbrook called AOC fat.
And who I'm going to drop is Elizabeth Warren. Like the Redskins, this proud Native American isn't welcome in today's NFL. And for that reason, you must drop her.
I had no idea.
Man.
We were going to be quite this offensive.
This is a great episode.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you got, Simone?
So I have draft Zoran Mumdani.
Nice.
Okay.
Sneaky slot receiver who dodges tackles like he dodges moderate positions, always finding space in the far left zone.
Nice.
I mean, that kid's the future.
Yeah, that's good.
It's sad but true.
I like that. Who
And
you
for my drop, I have Beto O'Rourke. This skateboarding furry is like a quarterback who hypes the crowd, but always throws interceptions in Texas showdowns. I mean, how many times does this guy have to lose? How many times does he have to lose?
It is so cool that he has all these viral clips on Twitter from all these people being like, he's the man.
Yeah.
He's so cool. And all he does is fucking lose.
He like lights so much money on fire. It makes the Democrats look completely incompetent and stupid, and then he does it again.
He is
again.
He is the Dak Prescott of the Democrats.
That is.
Perfect.
God, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So my draft, I thought this was clear as day. I would have taken her 1 overall. I'm taking Jasmine Crockett.
Wow. Let's go.
Yeah, she flashes all over the field. Filthy natural instincts, colorful character concerns, and frequent locker room liabilities are overshadowed by her ability to divide the defense.
Yeah.
If you can keep her on the field, she's got all-pro potential this year. There's just no question about that.
Okay.
That's Jasmine Crockett. So my drop, I'm going with Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
Look, we all know he's got a big Michigan problem, for starters. It's a shifty veteran who's trying to stay on top of the league that has passed him by. He's got tired legs, weakened arm. He's master of the playbook, which keeps him rostered, but I think his time has passed.
It's great analysis. You only get that right here on the Ruthless.
It's tough because I bet in his like heart of hearts he knows, you know, because like he could try to act like, oh, you know, I'm the minority leader and we're gonna try to resist, but like day after day you look at everything Trump has done so far. Like we talk about the 80-20 thing, but it's all working.
Yeah.
And voters, like we talk about the CNN thing on crime, voters are with him on the crime thing. Like Schumer has nowhere to stand. His party is what's left of it is pissed off, he clearly has to see it's a wrap.
I think Joe Flacco has more in the tank than Chuck
Dude,
Schumer.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you might be right about all of that.
And to be honest, like I shouldn't be giving any advice to Dems. The best way they could help themselves is to get rid of Schumer. Like there will be no energy or momentum as long as you look at him and you're like, wait, this is the guy leading it? He's like 9,000 years old.
He inspires no one.
Who's the replacement?
That's the thing. I mean, that's the big question. I mean, like Trump literally during the campaign, what was that, the Al Smith dinner or something in New York, literally had Chuck sitting on stage and he was like, all your supporters, like wives, boyfriends, vote for me. Like he's like, Chuck, you're a cuck. Like in his face. And like, that's the guy leading your party?
Just had to sit and take it.
Yeah.
A weakened arm.
Dude, it is so over for them. As long as he's there, as long as he's there, they're screwed.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. I got one more thing I want to get to because we got a little bit of time. Did you guys see this F-15 situation?
No.
All right, so it's very rare that individuals get to take a ride, like a tourist gets
Like
to
the plane?
ride in an F-15. And like, I would love to do that. It would be an incredible experience. I would love to do it. My sense is they're probably going to scale this back a touch after what you see
Oh, no.
that we've done with this cat. Wolf, do we have this clip? All right, so here's this guy. So what you're looking at here on the YouTube is an F-15 taxiing back to its hangar with no top on in a smoking back seat. And the reason...
No way,
the
dude.
reason for that, this is according to TWZ.com, a backseat passenger in F-15D Eagle belonging to the 104th Fighter Wing appears to have accidentally ejected. It was a tourist that ejected himself on the ground before takeoff.
I can only imagine that he probably had 15 safety briefings about not pulling the button to eject yourself from the tarmac, and he did it anyway.
If you can see the video, there's a puff of smoke coming out of the back seat. That's him.
He's just laying on the ground.
So you're looking at him. That's him. He was shot out of a cannon onto the tarmac, presumably with some kind of a parachute situation.
And from what I've read, and obviously Top Gun and Goose notwithstanding, from what I have read about the actual ejection process from one of these machines is that it is extremely violent.
Why would you say Goose notwithstanding? I feel like Goose is the seminal example.
Well, it is but it's
standing.
Because
Or not standing.
Goose died.
Goose is dead.
Good point, but it was a movie. And apparently it's also true in real life.
It was not a movie. It was real life.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Did this tourist or whoever was in the backseat, did they get to like fly around a bit up there?
No, they didn't even get off the runway. This guy reached back, allegedly.
But was he going to be allowed to, or was this just like you sit in the plane while we do a little lap here on the ground?
No, they were going to take off. They were going to give him a joyride. He was like a full tourist, and he got this thing,
Okay, so
this
that's a
unique
huge
opportunity.
mistake.
And he was sitting on the runway before they were about to take off. And you know, like the F-15 ejection handles are like, right? I mean, you watch Top Gun. It's behind you, and they're like, whatever you do, don't pull those things. And he's like, yeah, no problem. Whoop. Like does it and shoots him out of the canopy.
Well,
on the tarmac.
I gotta say, what a goof!
It's a big goof.
Because if you really wanted to pull it at altitude.
Oh yeah,
because then you have a fun parachute ride back down to earth.
See, that's a horrible idea. So
he's laying on the tarmac, he's crawling around like an idiot.
So what I was saying is like, okay, he messed up because he didn't get his free jet ride.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would wait until I got up in the air and I got to enjoy it. But here's the thing is like, I bet it would be cool. Like the ejection seat and everything, I bet that's a lot of fun. And if you do it like in altitude, now you're risking people's lives. Like
you don't think that is?
You don't. No. There's no risk, dude. You can use an ejection seat on the ground. It's perfectly fine, dude. So like, I would wait until after the pilot had taken me for like a round, and then when I'm on the ground, I'll be honest, I'd pull that shit.
You pull it
100% because I'm like, I want to maximize this opportunity, and like you always think about what would the ejection seat be like. I'm not going to test it when like my life could be at risk.
Secretary Hegseth, I know we've discussed a lot of options with the Ruthless Friday program. Whatever you do,
take me up in a jet.
Do not take Smug in a jet.
I won't pull it, but I'm responsible. Not while I'm in the air. Everyone is safe, you know? Like I wait until I'm on the ground. I bet it'd be a ton of fun.
It looked like a lot of fun while he was rolling around on the tarmac.
But that's the thing is like you got to wait until you get your ride in the air.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I will say it's a hell of a show and a hell of a week, fellas. I think we did a nice job of explaining the Trump foreign policy, like the Trump doctrine.
Great takeaway.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that wasn't really our intent. We wanted to give you a little synopsis of everything that you're going to be reading about over the weekend. But, like, look through it that lens because, honestly, nobody else is going to give it to you.
Well, and that's what we do here in the Ruthless Variety program is we give you all the yucks, and we have the fun, and we have the candy, and then we can also give you the vegetables, and that's what we do.
There's nobody that can explain the Trump doctrine and call AOC fat in the same episode.
Wait, did he call her a torta?
No, but he did make.
I think we just did though.
It was there was a.
Oh,
huge,
did I just do that?
Yeah, you may have. That's rude.
Can I say the most important thing?
Can I distance myself from your comments?
I don't think she's a torta.
Okay.
I just wanted to point that out.
Okay, I'm going to distance myself.
I don't think that.
Can I say though the most important thing that we have done in some time is the Thank a Boomer shirts. They are live on the website.
Yep.
I love
Huge.
seeing people
Huge.
post photos. It's the greatest T-shirt for the greatest generation.
I will say,
podcast.com/store.
I'll also say this: we may have to revisit this next week because the generational battle continues in the Menchies.
Yeah,
and the people there are as many people that are thankful. Of that shirt.
99% of people are thankful for boomers.
I don't feel like that's indicative of the audience response that we've got on that. So there may be more.
There may be people who want to blame the boomers.
There might be. There might be. I don't know. We're going to take a look next week and see what we'll see what tomorrow brings, fellas. With that, thanks for joining us. Appreciate all of your listens and views here on the Ruthless Variety program. We're having the time of our lives. I think we did it.
I think so. Absolute banger of an episode. Gentlemen, remember, folks, if you have not yet, go to the YouTube, hit that subscribe. It's more fun in video. So until next time, minions, keep the faith, hold the line, and own the libs. We'll see you Tuesday. Stay ruthless.